Whoa!
Yeah.
What are you doing? It's a smartphone review.
That was his idea.
No way.
You
No,
did the
no,
movie
no, no,
idea.
no.
It's not a bloody movie.
Nothing to do with me at all.
Definitely not me.
Idiots. Idiots. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is a day with the Pixel 4a. It rhymes. A huge thank you to Vodafone again for sending me this smartphone. Go and check out all their latest deals down in the description below, please guys. Been using the Vodafone network absolutely fine. Got some great deals on as well. So they sent me this, the Pixel 4a, £349. So it's Google's cheapest smartphone, the budget range. I really like it. I'm a huge fan of glass backs, and although this is plastic at the back and plastic sides, it's just one whole back. I really like the finish, a beautiful matte black, and I posted on Instagram the other day, it's probably got the most beautiful fingerprint sensor on a phone that I've used. It is so subtle, it feels so smooth as well, so silky. I must admit though, when I first saw it and I thought, wow, yeah, it feels and looks so good, it could probably do with a little bit more indentation so you know where your finger's touching, but then I think that'll just take away the way it looks and feels. Now this is a small phone. I use the Pixel 3 XL as my main daily driver, but this is a small phone in comparison to the 3 XL, 5.8 inch, 1080 by 2340 resolution, OLED display, 60 Hz with Corning Gorilla Glass 3. And the display on the 4A is really nice. It is a really nice display. Viewing angles are very good as well. It's just a bit small. So performance, this cute tiny little Pixel phone is packed with a Snapdragon 730G, 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigabytes of internal storage. So with them specs, downloaded Call of Duty Mobile and Asphalt 9. Call of Duty Mobile, the graphical settings were set to very high and the frame rate very high as well. And it had no problem whatsoever. The game looked beautiful on the display and the gameplay was smooth. It was a really good experience. Then jumped over to Asphalt 9. The quality again was high quality and no problems with Asphalt 9 either. The gaming experience on this phone is very good and acceptable. So the battery is 3,140 milliamps and I've had a day with the Pixel 4a and I got 6 hours and 24 minutes screen on time. So the battery life is, I'd say sort of average. It's not really bad, but after a full day, I did need to charge it near sort of bedtime. So when you think about Pixel phones, the main thing that pops up or the subject is camera quality and cameras. Now there's no gimmicks with Google. There's just one camera on the back which does everything, plain and simple, which I really like. And you know, it's a plain and simple design. So one camera, 12.2 megapixel camera, autofocus with dual phase detection. And the front camera is 8 megapixel. So on the camera, on the rear for video, I shot at 4K, 30 frames per second. Okay, so now this is 4K on the Pixel 4a. Colby being a nutter. There is stabilisation there as well. What do you guys think of the quality and stabilisation? I think it's doing quite a decent job. Stabilisation was pretty good in this setting as well. Stabilisation was turned on throughout. And then I shot at 1080p at 60 frames per second. So this is full HD 1080p, 60 frames per second. Stabilisation is enabled. It's looking quite stable, quite impressed with that. You pan around. This video setting for me is probably the best. the sweet spot, really nice and smooth footage. Stabilization was really, really good. So it does have slow-mo on the Pixel 4a, which I did test. Now obviously the slower you will record the video or the slower settings you use, then the less quality is going to be reproduced in the image, but it was a nice smooth video. For a selfie video, it shoots at 1080p 30 frames per second. Pretty standard, really. So this is the front facing video, Pixel 4a 1080p 30 frames per second. Quality looks pretty nice.
Oh my gosh.
So in landscape mode, selfie, that's better, isn't it, than portrait? Fit a lot more in. Exposure looks pretty much spot on throughout. So this is Google's budget device, the Pixel 4a. The camera performance on the Pixel 4a is excellent. The depth sensor, the depth of field is absolutely brilliant. This is one of my favorite photos. Look at the detail in those leaves, and the bokeh effect is really, really good. Portrait mode is great as well. And there is a zoom, so I did 3 times digital zoom here, and the quality stands up pretty well. So I went to Tesco, a couple of pictures in the dark. Night sight works amazingly well. This huge Tesco old water tower that's lit up is actually a lot darker than that if you don't use night sight. No lights or sort of lamps are sort of blowing out, so the quality is great. And then this on the front facing camera at night. A bit of a night walk, mask on. This is the Pixel 4a at night. Looks alright, doesn't it? Just had my trip to Tesco. So the 4a has dual speakers, just like the 3XL. One at the bottom here, and then one built into the earpiece there at the very, very top. And the sound quality is decent on here, although it's a plastic body. The sound quality is good. Full volume. Really, really good, guys. One thing I did notice though, when you cancel the bottom speaker out here, the frequencies at the top are not as great as the frequencies at the bottom. So this is probably more powerful down here at this end than it is at the top. It's not sort of equal, but very good nonetheless. So I think I've pretty much covered the main aspects on the Pixel 4a. Battery life is sort of average. It might get better as time goes on. There is 18 watt fast charging to support that. The display is really nice, although it's a 60 Hz and not a 90 Hz display, but 1080p, it's nice. It's a nice display. Love the back, absolutely love the back and that fingerprint sensor, and I love that little, it's like a bluey greeny sort of power button there on top. It is plastic. They are maybe a little bit too clicky. That's the 4a. That's the 3XL. 4a, 3XL. I prefer the 3XL. It's a little bit more blocky and plasticky, but you are paying less. This handled the high-end games that I threw at very high settings as well. So performance-wise, there's no problem there. I can't really fault it apart from being maybe a little bit too small for my hands. Yeah, if I had to be critical, I'd say it was slightly too small for me. A little bit of plasticky, clicky buttons. But that is it, honestly. Overall, for a smartphone at £349, it is superb. So that is pretty much it, guys. This wraps it up. Please check the links in the description below for links to this, and over at Vodafone as well. Thanks again for them sending this out. Hopefully you're going to get the Pixel 5. I just love the Pixel phones. I really, really do. Clean operating system, great camera. That's what matters to me. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Please give that video a thumbs up, or this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.